Guys, it's me, Bob with the Plays, back with another video. Today, I was talking about my 2 creepypasta horror dreams I've had. They weren't scary to me, but I had these dreams. Number 1, the 2 girls that always smiled. So it was move-in day, and I've been texting my mom, stepmom, you can say, of when she was gonna pick me up. She didn't respond until later on, 11 a.m. She said she's at the house already. So I obviously got in, blah blah, made it back to the house. We went to go get the truck, and we got the big truck to move our stuff in. And on we moved 2 laundry, we moved 2 big bookshelves, you can say, first, and then the 3rd one I did by myself because I was able to do it while they went to go do whatever they wanted to do. I don't know what they did. So when I put my stuff in, I had walked out and had the weird vibe to look behind me, and which I did. I saw these 2 girls. They're probably the same age as me. They looked the same age as me, you can say. They always... Well, I was talking to them. I was just saying, hey, y'all must be new, because I haven't seen y'all around here. Then they didn't really, give me, a answer, but they're like, no, we just been here for a while. I think that was an answer in my head, but it kind of wasn't at the same time. But we started talking. I don't remember much. But the thing I noticed when I left, the whole time, they were smiling. They didn't stop to smile once or frown. They were always smiling. Their eyes felt like my soul was being watched by them. I didn't like it, so I left, of course, and went back in. Later on, we all moved stuff, and there's one big bedroom with one big bed. It was me, stepmom, stepbro, stepsis, aunt, and all. There's 6 of us. We all slept on the big bed. But I told them about those 2 girls, and I placed weapons, you can say, nearby, because I wasn't trusting them. They got me off. I've been having bad vibes ever since I saw them nor talked to them. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it at all. They're just giving me the weirdest vibes I've ever had. So I placed weapons around the bed for, if something were to happen, there'd be weapons around the bed. So I pulled it with a katana, because I don't know why the frick I had a katana, but I did. And I heard the front door open. May remind you, this is an apartment, and we have one of the goodest apartment rooms in security, but the front door is open, so that means someone had to put in the passcode, put in the second passcode, and use a card to get in the house, which they somehow did all that. I woke up after hearing the second keypad make a ding sound, and I tried to look for the weapons, but they were all gone. I grabbed a pin, and I went to see what was it, because sometimes it does play the sound by itself. I always thought it was creepy, just to hear that at night, randomly, for no reason. I went to see, the door was wide open. I was freaking out. But my guts were telling me not to look back and keep going forward, because something was behind me. I went with my guts, and I kept looking around. In the kitchen, I saw both of them, smiling with crooked heads, giggling, their eyes so black. It was almost like looking up into space, seeing the white stars, the sun, the planets, and all this stuff. I stabbed one of them in the eye, and I stabbed the same person in the face 2 more times. 3 seconds later, their face was all healed. I ran back in the room to tell everyone that there's these 2 intruders in our house, and they all had weapons somehow, and my weapon's still gone. I'm like freaking out. And we all started fighting them, but the problem is, it's like they never, let's just say, they had like unique abilities. It's like they knew what we were gonna do before we could even stop it. I could try to throw a punch, they just duck, or jump over me, or slide under my legs, or slide under someone's leg if it was open, or just dodge it, or grab it, do something with it. And it's like they knew a lot about us and how we fought. Because it's like they had counters to everything we did, like if it was some stupid video game. I thought it was creepy. But then we had flipped the tables on them. We were winning. They were losing. They started leaving, but they weren't healing. Like their body, like when I stabbed her, the girl, she healed like 3 seconds later. They didn't heal, both of them. They're bruised and hurt and everything. I told everyone that we need to go after them and finish this, because if we leave them, they're just going to keep coming back over and over again. My brother said it doesn't matter, we'll just keep winning over and over again until they give up. I wasn't taking that, because if I knew I could end something, I wanted to end this now. So I ran down the stairs. They were already down like the stairs, like they were on the platform walking away. I had jumped off the stairs onto the platform, and somehow I was in a corner. Like it's like as if the corner just built itself out of nowhere. And there they were, both looking at me. My surroundings were just darkness. I couldn't see nothing. It was like as if I was blind, but the only thing I could see was them. I don't know what happened. We talked and talked and talked, and then finally I woke up in the house the next day to a blank house. Nothing in there, no doors, no furniture, no walls, just the house. The apartment had been destroyed basically. I got a water bottle from the fridge since it was the only thing in there, and I had went outside. As I was in the main parking lot, I looked around. Surprised, the place looked pretty dead, which was unusual, because the place was always swarming with kids or the people just playing at the park or playing basketball or just chilling outside for no reason because they have nothing else to do. But I just saw a kid, probably the same age as me or younger. I told him what had happened, and he said, "Yeah, bro, that's the weirdest thing. The same exact thing happened to me, but it was dudes, and they killed my family with these weird butcher knives. I thought it was a dream, but now that I woke up to their bodies gone, just a blood trail, and I knew it wasn't a dream after I saw the blood. It looked real. I was like, well, I'm sorry for your loss, but we need to leave now." And then he questioned, why are there 2 girls at the park? As I looked over, I told him, "Hey, that's weird. They look like the girls that attacked my place, but they look taller. It's so weird." And as I pointed over, they looked at me, twisted head, smiling. Their eyes looked crystal diamond clear. I told him, "Yo, dude, that's them. That's them. We need to go now. I'm not staying here. This is bad." He agreed. We both started running. We didn't get far, because I heard him yell. I looked back to him getting dragged away while being stabbed multiple times. I looked back at the road in front of me and noticed that the whole thing shift up. I now had to climb the hill instead of walking like every normal hill. And I was so weirded out because they must have some powers to control Earth or something and be able to do that. So, what I did, I started climbing. I was almost at the very top. I was so close. As I felt my legs get dragged to the ground, my head hit the hard rock concrete. It was dizzy as I was dragged. I wasn't harmed. It was just so hard to see. I closed my eyes. So, in this creepypasta, which I had dreamed of, it's basically about these two girls that are always together. Brown head, blondie head. They're same height. They wear the same clothes, different colors. So, one wear red, one wear blue, or one wear green, one wear purple. You know what I mean. But the weird thing about them, they never stop smiling. No matter what happens, they always smile. Number 2. The Lady in White. So, this is not a dream. This happened in real life. So, it was around 2 a.m. in the morning. Me and my friend hanging out at his house outside. We were just chilling, Just talking on our phones, Social media these days. It really had us more in our phones, less, looking at each other, talking. I give it 5 minutes later. I told him, I gotta go back to my house. I forgot my charger. If we're trying to pull an all-nighter, then I'm gonna need my charger. He came with me as we walked up the hill, took a left, walked down the hill. He waited outside while I went inside to get my charger. I grabbed a pizza. I went outside. I got the pizza for him. I gave it to him. He ate it, of course, because why the not? Anyways, we went back up the hill. As we were, I saw a lady, a woman, wearing all white, black hair. She was skipping down the hill. I told my friend and he saw us being shocked out. We looked at each other and checked the time. When we looked back again, she was already down the hill at his neighbor's house. May I remind you that their houses are connected. So the yard, basically, we can see in the yard, the garage. We see everything at the neighbor's house. They see everything at his. We ran down there. Me being white, of course. Even though I'm mixed, 25% black. He was black, 75%. We went down there, back to his house at the backyard, because that's where he chilled. When we pulled up at his backyard house, as soon as we got there, I looked at the neighbor's backyard, since it was connected, I looked, and there was nothing. I got this big, rusty, dusty pipe, really dusty. Like, if I let go, my hands were filled with, dust all over them. But he grabbed one too. And we were debating if we should go check it or not, because we didn't want the neighbors to get hurt by any chance if it was something bad. I went first, he stayed behind me. We slowly walked up and up to the garage. And when we turned, nothing. There's no one there. You know what was there though? Just a white dress laying on the garage floor. It looked really dirty, as if it hasn't been cleaned in years. I was shocked to see it there. because I thought, did someone just come by wearing a white dress, skipping down the hill, and just take off their dress and go? I thought it was really sus. So me and him went back. We waited 30 minutes later, you say, the neighbors got home. I was only there for the overnight challenge, and plus my girlfriend. I was waiting on her as well. So when neighbor got home, the mom told me that my girlfriend wasn't here. Her name for the story be Jay. Jay wasn't here. Nor was her brother L. L wasn't here. They went to their grandma's house for the night. We told them what happened with the lady. So they didn't really care. Yeah. They did not care what we said. They didn't even believe us. So after that night, I say a week or two went by. May remind you, this is real life. This actually happened to me. Only he can believe me. He's the only one who saw it, me and him. No one really believes us when we tell people this story. They just think we're just pranking them. But a week or two later went by. Me and him were at a friend's house. He stayed till 10 p.m. I had to leave at 10:55 because I was supposed to be home at 11. Instead of leaving at 10:55 like I planned on, I left 5 minutes early. For what's the reason? I don't know why. But walking down the hill to my house, I had the baddest off 5 ever. Like if I was being told to look behind me. My guts would tell me not. So I went with my guts. I continued walking. But sometime later, before when I got close to my house, I started walking down the hill, and I started hearing some whispers behind me. It was a lady, girl's voice, a woman. I don't know. It could have been a teenager. It could have been an old lady. It could have been a teenager, for all I know. It sounded like a teenager. And it was a girl. I then looked behind me to see the lady in white. I call her that because she's taller than me. She wears all white, black hair. You know, that crap. So, my guts told me to run. I wanted to say something to it. But later on, before I could say anything, she leaped over to me. I dodged and ran. I didn't know if it was someone pranking me, because I had told many people about the story. That could have easily been someone trying to prank me about her. Or it could have actually been her. I don't even know to this day. My friend has had the same thing happen to him, but differently. She didn't leap or anything. We had different encounters, but yeah. This was my CreepyPastas. One dream and one crazy encounter that happened to me in real life. I call it CreepyPasta because me and my friend could have been hallucinating her the whole time, but not know. Let's get 2 likes.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.